Okay, we're finally back. Apologies, fans. We took the week off for, I think, the first time like ever. I'm not going to get into blaming anyone, but it's totally Gary's fault. This is Discuss TNA Impact, and we have some huge news. You want to know what's going on with TNA? We're the only ones who know what's going on. But you're going to have to wait a second, because Gary probably has some bullshit horror videos to promote. Gary, what's going on over there?
Oh, not too much. I did have a recent video dropped on the channel. It's under the movie. What is it called? Pasture. So check that out.
Check it out. We're not going to tell you shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just kidding. You don't have to listen to Gary's. Oh yeah. Also, Gary's car broke and he's getting a new car or some shit. That's exciting.
Yeah. Was it a Kia? I can't remember what. It's a fancier SUV. So
okay, but breaking news before we get to the whole TNA just posted Giselle Shaw is coming home. The full story on YouTube. So we understand if you want to get to that right now and then come back to us. It's already got about 800 views in an hour, so that's killing it. Like everything Giselle related. Okay, what the F is going on with TNA? In case you missed it, Lou D'Angeli was the latest to be let go. D'Angeli was the vice president of marketing. He was actually the vice president of marketing for Anthem, which is confusing because I'm not sure if he was fired from Anthem.
Yeah, I think that's part of the problem. They got so many people that are on a payroll, like they're doing so many different jobs. I think that maybe what is at play here, like maybe they want a definition of those jobs. They want actually people in those spots.
Yeah, we were excited about D'Angeli coming aboard. I don't know what he did. Nothing grew since D'Angeli came on board. He was a Cirque du Soleil guy, got a shit ton of money, probably. Or I don't know. But the thing was, with Anthem and TNA, the difference between there, like Scott was working for Anthem. I don't know. It's confusing, but so yeah, that dude's done. Guess what? He didn't do shit. Whatever. R.D. Evans, people are freaking out about him. Oh my God. Everyone, please tell me all the amazing creative things that have happened in the last year. The system is the only creative thing that's happening at all. So I don't give a shit about any creative person leaving. And Dave Sahadi, who I just have to laugh, no offense to this man, but he's left TNA about 15 times in the last 10 years. Everyone cries about it, makes it like he's Jesus. He goes somewhere else. It's not a big deal. He went to AEW last time. It's never a big fucking deal with this guy. He's always gone. Everybody freaks out.
Yeah. And like with R.D. Evans, I'd like to kind of focus on him, especially. I feel like he should have never been anywhere near creative. He's more creative at ringside as a manager or the lawyer that was Moose's lawyer on a number of episodes.
I didn't know that was him until I saw a picture of him recently.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, that's the way I would have had him on the show, not on creative.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He's been, and again, these are all. No, I'm not sorry. You can go back and listen to, Jesus, I don't even know when we recorded it. When I told everyone Scott was getting fired, why he was getting fired, and then how all of his cronies would end up getting fired after him if Anthem was going to keep doing business. Now, that's the interesting thing here. I mean, if they're just going to sell, like, would you even announce firing these people? You know what I mean? Or not announce it.
Like they got some.
Would they just sell? You know what I mean? Instead of like, I don't know, you have to fire everyone before you sell. Like, I don't think that's how shit works. But also, they're working with WWE. Like, they've been working with WWE since God knows how long. No one actually knows the truth. With how many TNA champions have been in the Royal Rumble? Was it 3 straight years now?
Yeah, they've definitely like stepped up their game. And like, what was it? They were saying Shawn Michaels is all set for all of this because he wants wrestling to be fun again. So
yeah, he's also a huge Jordan fan.
Oh, is he?
And I'll be honest. I'm honest like whatever. I'm gonna be honest like I always am. People, this is not a nice thing to say, but I don't know another way to say it. Look at Jordan Grace and look at every other female on NXT and WWE. She doesn't fit. And that's why I don't think she's going to stay there forever. I think she'll, do a bunch of shows and, maybe they'll do a joint show like NXT versus TNA or just have a little thing going on for a few months. And okay, maybe they end up with Jordan. I mean, I don't think they do personally because of just because of what I just said, which is fucked up. It is, but WWE has supermodels, like every one of them.
But I would not be totally surprised if she defeats the Perez lady at Battleground. So I wouldn't be surprised if she wins that title. I really wouldn't.
Well, see, I was just reading Booker T talking about this, and he was like, Jordan's going to be a great example, like to show what a great champion Roxanne is.
Yeah.
So, like, I think that's what Jordan is there for, to make Roxanne even bigger. You know, she's beating this monster.
Kind of like that measuring stick.
Yeah. I mean, she's young. She's like, I think Roxanne's like 20, something ridiculous. 20 friggin' whatever. Fine, I'll look it up.
But I kind of
22 years. She's 22 years old.
I think
5'1". Wow.
I think if Jordan comes out of that as a loss, it kind of like ruins the past storylines of TNA too, because like Deanna beat.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Beat her, and then like if she were to lose, I think it's like a step backwards for Jordan. And then
I think that's the big thing here.
Yeah.
This isn't about TNA. This is about WWE.
Yeah.
It was reported recently that, what the hell's his name? The other Khan, not Tony, the smart Khan that knows how to make, Nick Khan, who knows how to make money. Nick Khan has been going to indie shows. So, like, this isn't just a TNA thing. I think it's just I think it's a coincidence.
Wasn't he one of the people that was backstage at MLW Battle Riot? Perhaps. I know Sahadi definitely was.
Oh, okay, interesting. I didn't know that. Really? Well, he's hanging out with Sahadi still. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. I don't know.
Did he just fire him? Oh no! Forget it. I got that mixed up. That was WWE. Okay.
Well, and then Xavier Woods was backstage at Battle Riot, and I was like, "What the hell happened to the lawsuit between WWE and?"
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. But I mean, I don't think it's WWE's going to buy all these companies. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't.
They could, but I don't think they're going. Like, I don't know. I don't think there's I don't think the WWE buys TNA and MLW and fucking GCW. I think maybe they held them out a little because AEW kind of hurt all of them, and WWE wants to stick it to AEW, and helping these other places hurt AEW. Does that make sense?
I don't know. Well, yeah, but I was also listening to recently the other night to Eric Bischoff's comment about WWE since Vince has been out of the picture. He goes, "Oh my God, they're like so much better since Vince as well."
Yeah, that's a good point. It's like we're all thinking about like how WWE usually works, but we don't fucking know. No one knows how Triple H thinks works. I mean, he's clearly doing really fucking well. He's killing it. Everybody fucking loves what they're doing and whatever. Sorry, I don't mean like wrestling related. I mean like money wise and all that. So, also more news. Sorry, actual news from TNA today. Shit, I just lost it. They are back with the vets tickets. Where the hell did that go? Oh, yeah, there it is. TNA Wrestling continues its tradition of supporting military members through vet ticks. So the May shows were no exception. Sorry, hang on. Donating tickets to every show through Vet Ticks, a nonprofit organization that provides tickets to events to currently serving and veteran members of the U.S. military and their families. Thank you so much. Our children loved it. This was our first ever wrestling event, and it was so much fun. Moanu, U.S. Force member, 2000.
Yeah, you can't get much bigger than working with the military armed forces. And
I mean, there's five different families saying like, it's my first show. This is great. Thank you.
There is a little bit more news too. Apparently, TNA is ditching the YouTube Ultimate Insiders on YouTube. So I guess they're focusing mostly or all on TNA Plus, which makes a lot more sense because you're charging more for those or more for that, and it is better to have it all in one house just so you can kind of focus on it in one outlet.
Yeah, I mean that's like another thing where people are saying like they're dropping these people.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I'm like, it's a coincidence with WWE, but who the fuck knows?
And then TNA will be returning to Tampa on August 2nd and the 3rd. They're going to be at the Florida State Fairgrounds, which kind of comes into play with that whole thing with Full Sail and all of that too.
Yeah,
which I think
we mentioned that. Yeah,
just because it's in Florida. And like the sky's falling, and they're never going to leave Full Sail. I don't think they want to go back that route, honestly, not full time. Maybe to end the year, maybe just to see.
But everyone out there, remember, there was a report about TNA going live at Full Sail.
Yeah, definitely.
And now look, that makes a lot more sense these days if it does happen.
Oh, definitely.
Also, if you missed it, Joe Hendry, sorry, I'm sick as hell. Joe Hendry is making a video with a New Day. He's making like a song. They're coming together. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. It kind of fits right into both their character.
And New Day guys also want the tag titles. So, like, there's a lot going on. Like a lot of people have jumped at this, like, shockingly. I didn't think people.
Sounds like it might be a plan for like a super show or some shit.
Yeah,
like,
unless, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like WWE controls a lot of Twitter accounts, so like they wouldn't just randomly let people say, "Oh shit!" Like the New Day. I don't think the New Day can just randomly say, "Hey, I want the TNA tag titles," but I don't know. Maybe they can. There was a bunch of people. I wish I should have made a fucking list. Like somebody wanted whatever, you can all Google it. But yeah, there's been a bunch of WWE people who threw their names out there, like, oh, I'd like to go to Chelsea Green. She was like, I totally wouldn't mind. I'd love to return, something like that. Somebody else in NXT right now that was there.
They do have a lot in common because there are a number of WWE roster members that used to be TNA or have been a part of TNA at some point.
Yeah, the Last Rascal, he's also been involved.
Oh, okay.
And lastly, TNA released Immersed, Mike Santana, Return of the Realist, exclusively on YouTube. Okay. I think that's all the news, unless Gary has anything over there.
I do have a very small thing. I'm kind of plugging Explosion here. This week's matchup that coming off this past week, I might add, EY versus Helen Angels, and then Gia Miller's Around the Ring with Sami Callihan. So if you're interested in that talent, be a good time to take in that episode. So.
Okay. Really quick, gonna run down some comments. Got a lot in the last few weeks or whatever. Forget AEW, WWE, TNA got the real Forbidden Door in wrestling today. Eric Isaac. Do you think that Ryan Nemeth will turn on Nick Nemeth to join Swan and Francis, while Swan is going for the chair on Matt Hardy? I think Ryan Nemeth will turn his brother. I would like to see Ryan turn his brother.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Trick Williams would be fire. Not gonna lie, don't know much about Trick Williams, but
I don't even know who he is at all, so don't feel bad. No,
I think he's the NXT champ.
Oh, okay.
Do you think Kimberly is returning to TNA Wrestling to challenge Jordan? Haven't heard anything from Kimberly, so I'm gonna say no. I think she's like done, or I don't know. We're just not gonna hear from her anymore.
Yeah, didn't she go to NXT or something after she left? Got out of NW. Or where was she last? Can't even remember. I know she was right, and bam, she wasn't no more. Maybe it's NW.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Good idea with the pictures. Oh shit, that was me. I'm guessing Giselle stayed with TNA because Scott knew Gail would protect her. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm thinking it's like they couldn't fire her after firing Scott or else, but whatever. Rest easy, Bad Bones. You were indeed a legend in your own time. Eric Isaac again.
Okay. Did lose him, didn't we? Yeah.
Sorry, that previous one was from Norris Sparks. Thanks.
I believe wasn't he a gut check winner or part of the British boot camp or something? I'm pretty sure he was.
I believe so.
Like that. Yeah, which makes it a little more sad that that's a part of that TNA or an Impact. I never liked what they do. They do these British boot camps. They'd sign all this talent and they would let.
Crap! Apologies to Eric Isaac. We have the hell did he say? He has a blocked word. So one of his comments is blocked from 3 weeks ago. You are so right, gentlemen. Havoc should not be treated as a big jobber. She should be the monster PCO of the KO division. Goddamn right. Wow. 2 years since she won a singles match. Holy shit, is that possible? And that's when she was still goofy-ass death doll Jessica beating Alicia Edwards.
Oh, wow.
So true.
He got blocked in the comments for saying that?
No, I'm trying to find the word. It's just blocked words.
Is YouTube
I might
being
have added like a bunch of stupid words in there. I have no idea.
sensitive or
I mean,
something?
I can't figure out what it is though. Jessica, she's already a monster heel in the indie circuit. Her hubby, Sammy Callahan's wrestling involved. But yep, totally agree. I've seen it. Watch a bunch of matches there. Even the feud with Rosemary eventually ending decay. Save Havoc. Yep, that's good stuff there, buddy. And sorry you were stuck, but now you're not anymore. Okay. And now this week, I guess we got to talk about.
Yeah, I might add very, very like knock it out of the park episode versus the week before. Probably a good reason we didn't do last week because I do believe that's probably one of my worst shows of the year. I don't know, maybe that's a little. Uh,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
know.
like, listen, we don't take weeks off. And Gary was like, F that. I'm not doing it. And I said, okay, all right, man. Not going to fight with you. No, I didn't think it was good either. So I agreed. And we were like, yeah, that show kind of sucked. Let's just take the week off for once. Plus, there was, I think it was the Double or Nothing weekend or whatever. And
Oh,
speaking of, AEW Collision brought in 122,000 viewers this weekend.
damn.
That's correct. 122,000. When Impact showed up on Axis, they were getting over 200,000. They got
Yeah,
90,000 last year in December. That's holiday month.
and then dating back to when they were on Destination America, they were doing 300,000-400,000, and that was on a very obscure
God,
channel.
I mean, that's like,
You know what I mean?
I mean, there was a big UFC thing. I don't know if that means anything
Yeah.
or people just not
Yeah.
watching anymore because it's bad television for the most part. But whatever. It's TNA review time, and thanks to you, Christian Thompson, also always doing a great review. Helps me to cheat off of and remember what's going on because I watch a lot of crap during the week. This was Zia versus Delander, which I feel like for the first time it was what? Not I feel like. I mean, they had so many goddamn matches with Zia versus Ash, like it was just stupid. Now it kept saying like throw somebody else in there, and even Delander, like this was that was a nice little match. Shit, did I lose Gary? Oh no.
No, I'm here.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Did you like? What do you think about Zia?
I think she's improving. I don't really think it's fair of the way the current landscape is in TNA with her being in the knockout position because they are so thin. You're asking her to kind of main event or be near the top of the pack, and I do know she's wrestled around the world, but like I don't know. I feel like the pressure is there that like I don't know. I could see somebody like her walking out of TNA because they're not ready for all this pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
I
what
mean,
I'm
nobody
concerned.
is. Nobody is. I mean, it's weird as hell. I mean, like when Kelly left, like I feel like Kelly was totally set up. Like Rosemary, they kind of been pushing her back. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's going on with the knockouts other than NXT. Also, I feel like right now NXT kind of made themselves the A show overnight, where we all have to pay attention to NXT now.
Hell yeah, good point. Because they did show a small package of Jordan showing up to challenge Roxanne Perez, right? And that her name Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, and TNA is like 2 weeks behind or whatever,
I
so
mean,
it's like it's weird.
did you see the look on Jordan's face when she come out to all that LED and she's like, "Holy fuck!" Like,
Oh yeah, yeah,
if there's anybody she will leave TNA for, I could see her going to the WWE.
yeah. I mean that's what like Booker. I think it was Booker T and like other people. Like you can't, like no one can understand what it's like to come out in front of how many people at the Royal Rumble, and then go to like TNA, and he's like, I don't mean like it's really nothing against TNA, but like it could be any other place, and like I can't. It has to be, Can you imagine that going out and that many people, like you said, with the greatest production ever? And
yeah, I mean, even the NXT production is, I think it blows the AEW.
Oh yeah, everything WWE does is.
What
I mean, it looks incredible. Yeah, I mean, I don't watch most of the shit, but it looks incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I like the knockouts match here. Great opening match with Chris Bay and Austin. sorry, Ace Austin. I just don't like
But I
it.
wanted to mention at the end of that match, though, at the Steph DeLander and Zia Brookside, we got a PCO sighting. He came from out underneath the ring.
Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, 1 second. Why is Ace fighting Bay?
I don't know, Jay. I was thinking the same thing. Probably the weakest thing on the show for me, just the feud alone. I don't understand it because, like, we're supposed to love these two, and like, are
Or
we
it's like
supposed?
not even a feud. It's like I don't even know.
Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah. And then at the end of this match, I just get this feeling that Ace Austin's going to turn full heel again.
Yeah.
So,
Well, do it.
Whatever.
This is very similar to what's happening with what I think is one of the worst stables in the history of wrestling, the Don Callis family, where for some reason they just wrestle each other like every week. Like they say it to sharpen their skills, but I hate it so much. To me, it's the stupidest thing, and it's a tag team. Like I don't know. I don't know. Like
Well,
maybe with like a better story.
I don't like it for the fact that we need tag teams, and you know what I mean. Like, where are you gonna throw them? Are you gonna? They're probably headed for the X division, but you could put them in the digital media. You know, you could put them in. You could arguably say you could put either guy in the heavyweight division. You know, as a threat to Moose or anybody like that. You know.
I need to make a note here. 21 minutes in. Mia Yim. In case anyone hasn't seen this, you're welcome. I'll just say that Mia Yim has had some surgery. And you can check it out on the screen right now. Yep, that is not AI. That is a real picture.
What do we?
Yeah, sorry, I'm not sure if you've seen this one, but I just sent it to you on the thing. I clicked. I was like, I did research on this picture. I don't want to sound totally creepy, but like I just knew for a fact it was fake. I'm like, there's no way this is a fake picture. That's not a real picture.
Okay.
How is she carrying those things around? But okay, whatever. That was just to remind myself that I got to do pictures again. Okay. So yeah, Ace and Bay didn't really like it. I mean, no, great match. I just don't like the whole idea of it.
Oh, definitely a great match, as expected. The two are great high flyers, but I think it's a case of them both being too similar, and it kind of like, missable, if you will. Not because of the wrestling style, obviously, because they're, like I said, they're high flyers and they're fun, but like, I don't know, there's just not much substance to this rivalry, or whatever you want to call it, or this newfound rivalry.
Okay, what about PCO? Do you like it?
Oh, did I? I mean, I guess in a way, I mean, kind of gives him something, but like, not Jake something, but his own something. And I don't know. I don't know. I
wouldn't mind him throwing Jake something around for a few weeks.
I'm kind of leaning towards I don't really like the PCO stuff because I want him to be that monster.
Yeah.
That one in Love
And she's not. I also feel like it's like a weird knock on her because like she's not like a freak looking girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I feel like this would work better with Rosemary or Havoc. You know what I mean?
Well, and to be fair, Jay, what's the age gap on that shit? Like, she's got to be over late 20s, probably.
Good question.
And he's like older than me.
Steph DeLander, 27 years old.
Okay, so I was about right on her.
PCO does not come up if you type the words PCO 56. So yeah. Wow. Shit.
About half his age.
That's funny.
I guess we should start calling him creepy bastard.
I mean, I hate how they're so woke when it comes to certain things, and like they totally miss the fucking bus on shit like obvious shit like that. Like a guy fucking double their age who's literally a monster is trying to take advantage of this 20-something-year-old girl.
I will say, though, I give a really big thumbs up to Steph DeLander's ring gear this week. Very revealing.
Oh, yeah. Too. I was gonna say I thought she looked great this week. I didn't realize maybe that's why, but I also like, I don't know, just like the colors and her hair, and I don't know. Yeah. She's a solid knockout. Like, I never had a problem with her. I had a problem with her jumping right into a goddamn title match. Like,
right.
Didn't make any sense. But yeah, okay, so she lost here and blamed PCO for the loss. He came out with a heart with Steph written on it, and even that, it's like, it just looked like it was written by, like, I don't know, a normal child. Like it should be written like more psycho or something. I don't know. That's a stupid nitpick.
I do like the little facial feature she does make towards him, though. Like she kind of like he's crazy and like she's kind of like turned on by him a little bit. I don't know if you get
Yeah, it
that
could
vibe.
be.
Kind
I
of
mean, I
does
guess
this
that. I mean,
fake.
they're gonna get married or make out or something. I'm pretty sure that's how these has to end. But
Yeah.
okay, Hannah fan recap Jordan's appearance on NXT. As Christian says, it was awesome and a complete surprise. I agree. I mean, it was one of those things where it was like I read it online and I was like, oh shit, I got to check this out. Like that never happens anymore. Everything is told, and I don't hate picking on Tony. Tony announces everything, and I feel like he killed like part of wrestling with that. Like this was awesome. It actually made me interested in fucking NXT, and I always say all the time, like there's nothing NXT could do to get me to watch. And again from Thompson, ready?
Yeah.
This is good. Sorry, the
Yeah.
pessimist in me says the Knockouts division is so bad that Grace has to go to other companies to get a decent match.
That's pretty fair.
Yeah, I don't think it. I mean, they're always right. Christian,
Yeah.
my boy, sorry, that sounds weird. My guy, that's weird.
I wanted to mention a little bit of a side note. I didn't know if you noticed the Good Hand got their own shirt finally, Jay. So
oh no, nice.
We're actually getting some merch. So
yeah, I posted something last week about new merch and best of DVDs. Like they have a best of Eli Drake DVD and a best of Drew Galloway and but yeah, no, I don't think it's okay. So here's what happened. They told like the Knockouts found out what's happening with NXT. That's why a bunch of them left. Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
there is like no
technically working with TNA, you know what?
Or like no one has a chance at the Knockouts title probably for what 6 months. If you're not part of NXT. So like, maybe it was they cut Knockouts because they just don't need them for now. Like they have WWE. You know what I mean? Like.
Well, in Jay, I don't know what you think about, but like Anthem's been getting a lot of flack for a lot of things, but like I do think they saw right through how AEW wasn't putting their talent over, and like they were smart enough to say, you know what, fuck that, we're going up north, a lot better relationship. You know, we work together, we put each other over. You know,
how about the fact maybe they looked at some numbers?
Yeah.
And they saw how much Tony is losing and how much he's spending and the insane roster he has and the fact that it's not doing shit. And they were like, you know what? We're pretty smart. We're billionaires or whatever the fuck we are. We can do this. This idiot can, this idiot's losing his balls over here. Let's just bring someone in. And I think they did. They brought someone in. Let's see who needs to get cut. Oh, this guy, he's brand new. He hasn't done shit. Cut. This fucking guy's been here for 5 years. He hasn't done shit. Cut. And everyone cries about it, but you can't. It's business. TNA hasn't grown in how many fucking years? So then why do you want those people there backstage? Like, I've never understood that with fans. If you're doing awesome, then yeah.
It doesn't seem possible, but apparently they've Anthem has owned TNA Impact for like 7 years now. It doesn't seem like it's been that long, but
sounds about right. But they never really, like they're saying, this is the first time they've really, been doing it. It's just them. They cut out the fucking idiots or whatever you want to call it, the pro wrestling people. I wish I wasn't thrown off Twitter so many goddamn times, but I just am. I can't do the Twitter rules. I don't know what they are. They're insane. Anyone go on Twitter right now, look at the Trump stuff, the back and forth, and then explain to me the Twitter rules, because like you can threaten someone's life and shit. But whatever, I'm not going to get into all that. Sorry. Sami Callihan versus Gresham. I don't know what to do with this Gresham thing. He's hurting my brain.
Yeah,
I like the character, but I hate all this stuff around it. Like the fucking ref had to wear a mask and a hat and gloves. Like,
yeah, it like I don't know. I think it's for me. It's still a little preliminary for like all the big picture of it. But yeah, like I don't think Sammy's the best example of somebody you want to have him. I mean, it's an interesting matchup, and it was a really good, fun matchup. Yeah. But like I think they're kind of like the characters are too similar. They're kind of on the darker side, and I don't know. Just like one needs to win. Oh, they both need to win, but you got this new character in Gresham with the octopus, the deadly octopus character. You kind of have to put him over here, and it gets kind of like predictable. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna get kind of like the boogeyman. Whenever he'd come down to the ring, he was always gonna generally come away with it, unless he was facing somebody with a bigger name. But
yeah, I mean, I always loved Sammy. Like even still, like he gives me like I don't know.
Yeah.
I still have that like, oh, he's a main eventer in my head, even though he's not.
Well, I feel like the fans really don't give him his just due, really, either. I feel like outside of the really cool entrance theme and stuff, like the common fan really, I don't know, they don't really like the hardcore type of guy much anymore or something. I don't know. I don't know if it's because they
this guy wasn't he crazy over with OVW?
Yeah.
OVE?
But I wonder if the ECW stuff with Tommy Dreamer and shit, like for some of the fan base is kind of like, I don't know, isolated, as far as like getting behind that kind of guy. I don't know.
I think they just brought him back and didn't really do much with him to make him look special.
Yeah.
Like, if you haven't been watching, I always say that. Like, if there's people that haven't been watching, like if you weren't watching Sami Callihan, you don't give a fuck about this dude now. The only people that care about him are people that knew about him from years ago when he was with TNA. Like, he was a goddamn 2-time wrestler of the year, maybe 3-time, I don't know. But yeah, okay, so he lost here in like 9 minutes to Gresham, so that doesn't really hurt him. Plus, Gresham is a fucking animal with ink all over him and murdering people.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this would be a great gimmick. If TNA actually does go out of business, which I don't think they're going to, how about Gresham just murders everyone with the plague?
Yeah, kind of like it.
The last episode is everyone's on the ground and Vince walks in and picks up the fucking keys or something. Okay, sorry, I missed something, and I was gonna say I'm not happy that you didn't catch me, but I kind of am because this sucks. Khan was backstage looking for Santino, and I just fell asleep.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of thought they were going to let Khan go after the PCO thing, and then like he's just kind of been lingering. I don't know. I do know.
That's a good word. A lot of things in TNA are just lingering.
Yeah, they're kind of like in the balance, like they got their place, but like some people you would rather have gone, and then other ones that you'd rather stay than they're like gone.
Yeah, they're in a weird spot, and I mean, I'm sure W has a lot to do with it.
Oh, definitely the lack of depth and like the names, talent and stuff.
Yeah, and again, I say a lot of I don't like Scott. Thought the whole shit with Giselle was creepy, so I like reading other people's. I love reading other people's words. Oh, sorry.
Oh, very interesting. I know you. This is big for me and you. Guess who popped up on a recent matchup with Jake? I think it was Jake something. But Silas Young. So.
Oh.
Maybe we'll see him in a TNA ring.
Oh, that'd be great. I mean, that's another thing. Who knows how many people are leaving? Like Ethan Page, for example. He's saying he's not with WWE, even though he showed up on WWE, and I believe him. Also, I think it would be funny if he comes back to TNA and then Josh goes to AEW.
Yeah.
Not sure if you caught this, but Josh is not on the picture for like the next tapings.
Oh,
like
okay.
the TNA promo stuff.
Well, that's why
Josh is not there anymore.
That's why, as of late, I've kind of focused on some of the up and coming talent and the thumbnails we do, because they probably are likely going to be the ones that are going to be the future of TNA.
Yeah. Well, so again, screw Josh. I want everyone to remember this guy tried to get out of his job. Anthem said, "Fuck that. You're not going anywhere," and they got him to stay. Remember all those stupid ass emojis people were putting up? We're gonna get Scott back. We're gonna get Scott back because we're putting emojis. Okay. We're putting emojis up. You know what they're doing now? Begging to be on NXT.
Yeah,
Some of the same people who put those fucking TikTok, the countdown emojis, whatever it was. Yeah, the hourglass. Yeah, fuck, they're like testing fucking Anthem, and look, all these assholes got fired. I mean, it's so funny to me. Whatever. Don't bite the fucking hand that feeds you.
Definitely.
So yeah, Gail Kim sat down with Giselle. Kim's acting is really bad. This is Christian's words, not mine. Shaw said she needed a break after losing another title match.
Yeah, I definitely think Gail.
Oh, that's so great. She actually said that after losing another title match.
I think Gail here has really showed signs of being away from being TV ready. Like she felt a little rusty in this segment.
Somebody mentioned one of the lower podcasters in the TNA world. I don't know. I don't pay attention to most of these people outside of BQ every now and then, but I forget his name. But he was talking to Penzer, and he said something like, "They're getting rid of Scott's, crew." And Penzer said, "Gail Kim is still there." And then some really messed up funny fan actually tagged Gail Kim, and then Leonard Asper and said, "You forgot one." So maybe she won't be there for long. I don't know, but Gail Kim is very close with Scott. So if you're a Scott lover, you still got Gail Kim. And for me, I'm hoping they take out Gail Kim because, I don't know, she's been there for too long. People get comfortable.
Yeah, that's definitely fair.
The Knockouts division is shit. It's absolute shit under her.
It definitely, it's the worst I've seen.
And these segments are awful with Giselle. What is this, the third week? These
feel
awful fucking videos that we could make on a fucking camcorder.
It makes me feel like with Gail, like maybe they let her like kind of in creative a little too long. Maybe like let her give her input, and like she took her focus off.
I mean, I don't know what the fuck this is. I mean, this has to be just a friend trying to help a friend or something because this is garbage. I mean, and then so Kim asked what Shaw's motivations were. Shaw was stumped but agreed to return next week. What the fuck? Analysis. This is pretty lame. I would have just preferred her to return and attack someone. Yes, holy shit. Thank you. God, good God. That would have saved, 3 weeks? And then they would have had Giselle, who, again, I give so much shit, but I would like to see her wrestling right now instead of fucking nobody on the Knockouts roster or Zia every fucking week. Like Gary said, you can't put so much pressure on one fucking person who just came there. Hey, carry the Knockouts division. While Jordan is somewhere else.
Well, I mean, look at what the pressure did with the younger, I can't think of her name.
Ray.
Yeah, Kylie Ray. Look what it did to her. She's never.
Also, Rosemary, people don't know. Yeah. Rosemary talks about it. She made a whole video about it. How she was depressed and whatever messed up in her head like myself. Frankie Kazarian was backstage, forced Giamilla to say his King of TNA name, and that was it. But guess what? That's enough for me. I just love that dude.
Yeah, it's definitely warning me over a little bit with the fact that he wants every woman commentator to refer to him as. I don't know. He's actually coming out like Elvis Presley a lot too.
Okay, maybe that's a bit much. Yeah, I did notice that.
Yeah. I think of the Flying Elvis as what I currently see Kazarian.
Yeah, don't go too far. You don't want to look. Yeah.
Easy.
But he just always makes you fucking laugh, man. Just a funny dude. It looks chill as fucking like badass, cool character. Okay, so this I hate. Macklin Santana. I loved it, and it was no contest though. I mean, I just hate it. You shouldn't have a winner, and this is the second match between these guys. So I guess they're gonna have the third against all odds, maybe.
I feel like what's going to happen, I don't know, I maybe I'm wrong here. I kind of feel like they're forcing both wrestlers' hands and like they're forcing them to become a tag team maybe out of this as well.
Oh, yeah, okay, so this ended with Zach Wentz and Trey Miguel popping in because Macklin kept, kind of fucking with them after they didn't, after they reneged on a deal they made. Yeah, I think I got that.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like that's what they're doing here is they're forcing it to be
Santana and Macklin.
Santana and versus the Rascals.
That's what Thompson has. Yeah, maybe Santana and Macklin team up to face Wentz and Miguel.
Yeah,
that would be a pretty badass tag team.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And again, they need, I don't know, I hate saying drop the X Division title, but they can't have another, and they need another. They need something for Santana and Macklin.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not big on dropping it, but I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Or change the DMC.
The X Division title being like it is right now is kind of getting like the knockouts. Like there's really outside of Mustafa, really, I mean, he's knocking everybody out.
And it feels kind of similar. I wouldn't be surprised if Mustafa has to get an NXT guy or an NXT guy faces Mustafa. I mean,
he said something about didn't he say something about Xavier Woods or something like that, facing him? He give him a shot or something because he gave him one. back in the day. I guess when he was in NXT or something.
Not sure.
Something thrown out
Sorry.
there.
Sorry, I was busy trying to figure out if this was a typo or then I remembered it's Campaign Sing. How great is that?
Yeah, I do like that. I mean, it's a lot better than the champagne thing. You know what's going on with it? Like that never really caught on. I don't think. I think
Video recap of Tasha beating Jody last week. Lawrence Fredrickson was there. I don't see that dude helping in any way. He said that Luna would face Steels next week to make up for Threat's loss. Yeah, this is all just getting weird.
Yeah, well, it definitely is because it wasn't so long ago they were wearing the knockout straps, and now I do give Lars Fredrickson a little bit of credit here though because he seems very versed on behind the scenes at wrestling, like giving advice.
Who the hell are the knockouts champions right now?
Let's see, is it Masha Slamovich and
oh yeah, okay, and Alicia.
Yeah.
Jesus, how about they get a match? Just to remind people that they're champions. Christ. Okay. Yeah, then it's the main event. I think it was the non-title match with Ali and Leon Slater, who I was shocked got such a big spot in this show. No, this wasn't the main event. Sorry, but it was a big show. It was a big match.
Oh yeah, in a non-title match, we might want to add too. So that was good. I don't think he deserved
another very good match from friggin' Ali, who can seemingly put on a great match with anyone.
Yeah, and that 450 splashes is something to behold.
The character's fun. I mean, they got the whole Indian thing going on. I mean, again, we agree. He is the best thing about the show at present.
I definitely think with him working, I honestly think Bhupinder Gujar would have been a better choice than Champagne Singh, though. I think he would have been a better.
Well, guess what? You can't make Bhupinder into something cool like Campaign. So
yeah, that's true.
That's probably how they thought about it. Next week on the 20th anniversary show, which that's a little thing that's kind of got me thinking. Like they've done nothing to push that at all. The 20th anniversary show.
Yeah,
that's got me a little scared.
Well, and then I seen the little vignette thing they did breaking down what's going to go on the 20th show, the 20th year anniversary for it.
Khan versus Jake something.
It was decent, like a decent card, but why not take it to the next level? You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally decent. Jordan and Allison Kay, very good match that I'm interested in, but I think we all know who wins. Laredo Kid versus AJ Francis, that'll be cool. Speedball Mountain versus Mustafa and Campaign, I like saying that. Giselle Shaw's in-ring return. And then Khan versus Jake something. Okay. I still can't get over the fact that Mike Bailey isn't face. Jesus Christ. They didn't do Bailey versus Mustafa?
Yeah, well, that's starting to worry me.
He must be leaving, though.
Bailey, because his contract runs out at the end of the year. And
at the very least. But why not at least have Mustafa beat him instead of this goof?
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. That makes me wonder if he wasn't one of the people that were dead set against Scott leaving. Like maybe one of the silent voices behind the scenes that was like, "Well, if he's gone, I'm gone." You know. And
still, he's under contract, and he should be jobbing then, if that's the case. Instead of Trent Seven, who
But I mean, he did get beat by Trent Seven, but I don't know if you call that a job or if.
That's fair. Yeah.
Kind of to keep it belt on Mustafa for another time, just because he's not really an overly credible challenger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. And main event, I gotta say, very surprising. I probably read spoilers, and I was still surprised that Joe Hendry beat Eddie with the system there
with a standing ovation when he tried to go for the Boston Knee Party there.
Yeah. Now he's actually going to WWE if that happens.
Who's that?
Hendry. He's just a promoting machine. He's, literally number one on UK, iTunes, whatever it is. He got New Day to tweet to him. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't out there asking a New Day.
I could see him being over like LA Knight. You know,
he's
because
and they love that music stuff, things like that. They can do a whole goddamn.
Oh yeah.
I forget that singer dude. Remember the dude with the guitar?
Yeah,
With the
can you imagine?
twin brother?
That,
Yeah.
can you imagine that huge fan base doing kind of like a wave back and forth and
Oh
like
yeah,
all the
no, that'd be
players
yeah.
that, you know.
I mean, I could see that. So I guess WWE pops in, takes a few people, and leaves. I don't know. I really don't know. We'll just have to see what happens. Oh shit, Scott Steiner. Also, do you know that's Jordan's song, like her entrance in
Oh
NXT?
yeah, the beginning of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's bullshit. She shouldn't have a better NXT entrance than TNA.
yeah. Yeah, I seen some
Uh,
him on YouTube. They were saying how like how much he lost all of his muscle mass after he had that health scare where he nearly died, and like now they call him like a little Papa Pump or something.
oh
I
yeah,
thought it was kind of mean because it's like, these wrestlers are near 70 years old. They're not gonna have that muscle mass anymore, no matter how much roids they did or whatever, you know.
yeah. And then finally, we end with Moose backstage looking for Matt Hardy, which I liked. Because, usually they end on a match. This was nice.
Oh yeah,
And,
definitely. It's definitely a change of pace. And I will say they might want to Moose might not want to sleep on Matt Hardy because it's been proven that Matt does move the needle in
yeah,
Impact. So I mean,
I mean,
I'm
we
not
mentioned
saying
it.
he will beat
Look at it.
him,
Seriously, everyone out there,
but
look at his YouTube numbers. It's crazy.
I would not be surprised to see TNA just for a transitional thing, maybe put the belt on him long enough
Also,
to.
you know who can be there? It's
Oh,
it's very possible Jeff Hardy could appear. His
oh,
contract is coming up, I believe, this week or next week.
wow. I'm
Matt
not gonna lie with
just
Mark. I
yeah,
mark
Matt
out
like
little
just mentioned it, and
five.
I was like, Jesus, I'm like, that would be great timing. That he's in the main event, that his brothers, you know what I mean? Or it's not timing, and they knew exactly what they're doing.
Anytime he
And
showed up in TNA, I marked out like a little boy.
yeah, I mean, and like I used to always say, like he makes Broken Matt. Like you need Jeff standing next to Broken Matt.
He
Like
definitely
Jeff is
do.
this fucking bigger than life superstar, so like it credibilizes. I don't know if that's a word. It makes Matt more credible.
And I definitely think AEW dropped the ball with him massively. Like never really taking advantage of the aura of Jeff Hardy. Like
Yeah,
I felt like they could have put him on the level of like a Sting before he
I
walked
think that's
away.
a oh totally. I think I think that's a huge failure, getting nothing out of the Hardy Boys. I mean, it wasn't like WWE where they were there fucking 50 times in 10 years. Like they're the goddamn Hardy Boys, especially Jeff.
And honestly, I think that's why Matt showed back up in TNA. I think he sees how much more love that the TNA fan base give him than AEW.
Yeah, he said something like, I'm not sure what my brother's doing, which I don't believe, but also who knows what that weird family. All due respect. Yeah, nothing new was made for Against All Odds. Another good question by Thompson. Wouldn't it be fun if some NXT talent showed up? I think someone reported that there's a very good chance NXT talent will show up at Against All Odds.
Oh, I
Or
definitely get, because it's like, isn't it Against All Odds is in Chicago? I believe it's Ray Walt's hometown. I think he keeps publicizing or talking about it, like, oh, my hometown, Cicero or whatever. But that's
okay,
a
here it
really
is.
very historic building for TNA in terms of like turnout they get.
Okay, ready? Possible spoiler on NXT talent's involvement at Against All Odds. Blah 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 blah. PWI, there will be some level of NXT involvement at Against All Odds. The event is expected. Yeah, that's all I know. WWE plans to increase talent exchange between both companies as well.
Oh wow,
That's pretty new
sounds like
from PW.
this sounds like it's like a lot bigger than we realize.
Yeah, I think it is, and just I think they're very close to announcing something big, and we just don't. No one knows what it is yet. And yeah, like as right now, we know Jordan's hosting an open challenge at Against All Odds. Now that's
And Jay, I
interesting
don't.
because like who could that be? That's not Roxanne, but you know what I mean?
Well, do you feel like, Jay, between TNA and WWE working together is like a big fu to AEW? Like, well, you
I
didn't
think
want to do the
I think that's a big
company,
part of it. I think
and
it's
be
also
just
like if they I was thinking like why would they keep TNA? And then I
yeah,
thought, why does Ring of Honor exist? Nobody
yeah,
watches it. They have some of the greatest fucking talent in the world. It's there to stockpile talent to keep them away from WWE and whoever else. Impact, TNA, to kill the indies, which they basically did. The indies are balls right now, if anyone wants to look around. But,
well, and I don't know if you've watched some of an ROH show under AEW. I've glanced at it. Like, it does not, it's too polished for ROH. Like,
yeah, no, it's it's no different than the other shows.
Yeah, it's way too much LED for ROH. They were about putting on great matches, and like Tony's too interested in trying to keep it looking like an AEW byproduct. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
it's just like a fourth. It's like a fourth. It literally is a fourth show.
Yeah, definitely.
And no one's watching. Billy and I was watching the third show, so seems kind of silly, but whatever. Not our problem. I thought I had one more thing here. Gary, feel free to throw out whatever you want since we're nearing the end. And
I don't want to put us over too much, but I hope everybody had a good Memorial Day weekend. Everybody drank responsibly if they did, or whatever. I don't know. It turns into it's supposed to be about memorializing, people you lost in the service. A lot of people
it's just drinking.
Turn it like, hey,
Everything's just another way to. Everything's just another reason to drink.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, you should remember what shit is actually about. Yeah.
That's how sad our and it's fallen, and I think it's fallen next to a lot of the other countries, like some of the ones I don't want to mention.
Also, apologies to anyone out there who popped on last week and only heard me. That was what we call a quickie, which I put on the podcast thing, which I usually don't, but we were off for a week, so I threw it on the podcast thing. So hopefully we didn't lose a bunch of people. I mean, and again, thank you to YouTube. I mean, it's insane. Like 260, 240, 220, and then me 76. Oh, sorry.
Like, time to do a quickie, you get a new subscriber, or maybe
that's true. Yeah, I think I got 2 subscribers actually, but I mean the views aren't good. But and I mean, if you guys want to talk about views and shit, like I don't think people understand how podcasts work. Like the majority of people don't listen to us on YouTube. Check out Tommy Dreamer's old channel that he quit doing. He would get like 30 views on YouTube, sometimes like 10, and I'd be like, why the fuck is this dude doing this? And then I started doing it, and like we get most views on these stupid little apps. Not stupid little apps.
And to be
Spotify, Pod. I mean, we got over 100 downloads on Podbean just in the last week. Like once a week we get 100 downloads on just one little place.
And I would think with how long Tommy Dreamer's been in the business, whether you like him or hate him,
he's a little more known than us.
I mean, shit, he should be getting at least 3,000 podcasts.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well,
easy.
Yeah, it is what it is. I think people like our honesty and whatever else. Maybe my terrible, sick voice. I don't know. That's about it for this week, though. For me, Gary, you check out Gary's channel. He's been pumping out videos like Kardashians with blacks, but shit, that's probably racist.
I did have a new partner reach out to me, not podcast, but for the horror channel, Movie Zang. They specialize in studio titles, different. I'm probably going to focus on the horror because the horror ones because that's what I do and that's what I do best. But thank you to them, and you get a chance, check them out. They have quite a array of movies in their catalog, so probably can check them out.
I would like someone like that to come to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Gary.
I'm surprised from the wrestling world hasn't come out to say something.
No. I'm the black sheep of the wrestling world.
Oh,
but it's fair. I kind of took a shit on a bunch of people's faces, so it is what it is. I guess we'll be back next week. What is this? Is next week the show before Against All Odds that we're not going to do?
Yeah, we're 11 nights. I believe 11 nights as of this taping we're doing here tonight. About 11 nights out from.
Okay, those are the very confusing weeks for me, but I'll do my best. Also, I should have said this much earlier, but shout out to our producer who is out of the hospital, or will be very soon, Larry. Awesome news.
Oh, that's good, Larry.
And we'll be back next week. I got to go work on pictures for you jerks. You better like them. All right, we're done, right?
Yeah, just always remember we're the podcast that does more with less.
Good job. Now I gotta stick that somewhere too. Peace, everyone.